Welcome guys, I'm Kevin Martin, and in this tutorial we'll be creating our very first calculator, our basic calculator. This calculator is just a basic calculator that has 4 functionalities, which are the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Don't assume that this calculator will look like your MS calculator. So guys, I already imported the libraries that we needed. Following button, label, frame, text field, action listener, event, and grid bug constraints and layout. So what we need to do first is to declare some objects. I will declare it as private because I want it private. So let's create object J button button add button subtraction, button multiplication, and button division. Then next we need to declare some label for it. So let's do it. J label first num, then label second num. Of course we need a text field where we can type the values that we want. So J text field, text field first num, and second is text field second num. Okay, we already declared the objects that we'll be using. I forgot to explain, we extend it to JFrame so that we can inherit all the contents of this library to JFrame. So let's go down to our constructor, public calculator, and parameters. So what do we do first? We should set the layout of our form. So I'll be teaching you a new kind of layout here. This layout is grid bug layout. This is more effectively and easy to use, such for creating your complex programs. I think this will be the layout that you'll be using because it is much more easier to use. So let's set the layout. Set layout new grid bug layout. So why we use grid bug layout? Because we'll be using grids for our form. It will automatically create grids for it. Then next is we need a grid bug constraints. I think grid bug constraints is for spacing or for creating some new grid for your form. I think so. So it's a little bit confusing, but just follow me up. I know you understand it. So grid bug constraints, we declare a variable for it so that we can use it, equals new grid bug constraints. So after that we'll be creating the labels for our numbers. So first is we declare our label for our first number, which is label first num equals new j label. Then it only takes one argument, and we'll be inserting first num. C. Then, oops, a little error. Wrong spelling, I think. Then we need to declare this C dot fill equals grid bag constraints dot, oops, wrong spelling, I think. I'm really bad at spelling. Let's just copy this one to make it sure. Dot horizontal. We will be using this horizontal for the layout, so we want it horizontal, not vertical. Then after this, we need to declare our, so just follow me up, c dot grid x equals 0. So guys, what's this? As you see, grid x, this is x-axis, guys, to the positive, and this is y-axis. We want our label to be located at the foremost upper left of our form. Grid will be located at 0, 0. Then x-axis will be creating that later. The y-axis rather. C dot grid y is equal to 0. Okay, then that's all. We should only be adding this item. Add the item first. I don't know why did Java do this. It will be added. They want it to be added individually. Then our grid should add this. Okay, we already created the label for our number, and next is we'll be creating the text field for it. So let's write text first num will be equal to new j text field, and it has a size of 10. So the number that will be entered will not be that long. So as I do before, let's just copy and paste this, so we'll be reducing the time consuming. So we declare this 0, but here we will declare this 1. Why? Because this is how do I explain this? The label will be here. Let's make this an example of the label, and this will be the text field. So we want this. We want it to have a little bit of spacing. So why grid y still 0? Because we did not want to put it below. If you have basic understanding of geometry or axis, I know that you already studied that in high school. It's very self-explanatory, right guys? So what we do next is we need a grid width. What is grid width? I guess grid width is for the grid width. We want it to equal to be 3. I know it's a little bit confusing, but I think grid width is for spacing of how many width you want. I think the default width is 1, but are declaring a 3. So finally, let's just add the item. What item is this? Text field. Text first num, and the grid valve constraints, which is C. So we already have the label and the text field. Let's take a look. By the way, I already imported here. We'll be using a 2 class. This is frame. I already created a variable for it so that we can use it. Set a default close operations, exit on close, blah blah blah. Let's try to run this first. Let's take a look of what we've done already. Foremost, this is the output that we already created, but it's not finished yet. So let's go back. I just take a look of that later. So another thing, we'll be creating the next label for our second number. Second num is be equal to new J label, then output, and we want it to prompt the user second num. Then we'll be just copying this line of code because I'm lazy typing. This one rather this one, because I'm lazy typing so many codes so that we can also reduce the time. So we will declare this grid 0 again because we want it to be the foremost left part corner of our form, but the grid y will be 1 because we want it below the second label. And after this, we need to reset the grid width to 1. Okay, and it's done. We already do this. I just copy and paste it so it will reduce the time. Then after creating the label, we need to create the text field for it, which is the, what's the name of it? I forgot. Second num. The second num will be equal to new text field. As I typed before, this will be 10. Oops. J text field. Then C dot fill equals grid valve horizontal. We always want it to be horizontal, not vertical. So I'll be just copying this. We declare this grid 1 because y1 again, because we want it to be the next right corner of the label, and we should create a grid width of 3 for it. Oops, I forgot to add the item. Add second num and add. I always do errors. Then let's add this number, this text field number here, and this variable of the grid valve constraints. So guys, we already have the basics of it. Let's take a look again of what we've done. It's loading. Oops, here it is. Oops, what's this thing? I hate that. Let's remove that first. What's this? It should be colon, not semicolon. So guys, on the next tutorial we'll be adding some more. So guys, stick on it. So we already have the codes for it, and thank you.